Okay, now speaking of the ruination of one's legacy, let's talk about P. Diddy, Sean Combs. My God, he is in a whole ton of trouble. And it goes well beyond even what's in the indictment, which includes charges for racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Under racketeering conspiracy, they allege multiple acts of kidnapping, arson, bribery, forced labor, prostitution, illegal sex activities, possession with intent to distribute, narcotics and controlled substances, including cocaine and oxycodone, alprazolam. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it goes on.
Now, this evidence, they did not get this in a day, okay? They did not just get this like yesterday or last week. This, like I always say this, the feds, they watch you for years. They gather the evidence for years. So when they come to get you, they really are coming to get you. They're not coming to get you just because they have maybe one thing on you. No. It takes years. It takes years to collect all these things. And once they get it, they got you where they need you.
And so on. And now we're seeing other people come out and other facts come forward, including the publication on Amazon of what purports to be, this is another story where we're putting an asterisk on it for the audience, purports to be a book with the words of his dead ex-partner, who is said to have died from pneumonia. But this woman, if you believe Kim's lost words, that's what it's titled, this woman, when she knew she was dying, said, quote, "He got me," which would suggest she thought she was dying at his hand in some way. This is an explosive 60-page cobbled together Amazon book by a man who says he's received her journals and memos from a friend of hers, that she reportedly sent her final thoughts, which documented the relationship to some extent, to multiple friends in the hopes that it would be maintained and be out there if anything should happen to her or if she should pass. And at least one of them came to him, and that he was also offered the sex tapes that this woman said she had in her possession. Now, I am connected with somebody involved in this case, and I did ask that person, do you believe there are sex tapes in the possession of the authorities? And this person said, absolutely.
I believe that. I believe that for sure, bro. I believe that for sure. Man, I do not understand. How can you do evil things and film it? How can you do such things and film it? You know they're going to come for you. You know the tapes. Man, I do not. That's one thing I never get. Okay, I never get this. Why would this, again, I kind of get it. Because when Diddy get to film these people is to keep them quiet. Is to have something on them. Just like Hollywood, right? When we talk about multiple doors, when you go through doors, you go through doors, you go through doors. One of the doors is where they get you to do something dark. Something dark. Then they get to film you doing it and they hold it against you. So if you ever get to speak, they use that. They use that. So I believe that for sure they got some serious tapes, okay?
Do not know what exactly they show, though, at this point, but that there's no doubt that the feds have sex tapes of P. Diddy's. So that's what we'll kick it off. What do you make of Kim's lost words and this indictment in general?
I mean, I've read really salient portions of the book that names. It all tracks. It feels to me very much like Nicole Brown Simpson towards the end of her life, where she put all of this evidence in a bank. And she said to her friends, if anything happens to me, open that security box. It's all in there. And that's what happened. And when you look back at P. Diddy, I think he's going away forever. I don't think he'll see daylight again.
I agree with you.
He has a very long history of criminality,
Yes.
dating back to 1991,
Yes.
a city college event that he promoted. It was a stampede. 9 people died. The youngest was 15. He walked scot-free. He viciously beat a record exec named Steve Stout in the mid 90s got away with it, made a record executive, another one, crawl on all fours with a gun to his head. And then, of course, there was the infamous nightclub shooting in 99 with J-Lo. And that's covered in Kim's book. And I remember when that happened, and everybody covering that story knew he.
Now, I want somebody to ask yourself, why would Diddy do so many things throughout the years and get away with it? Why? Evidence. We got evidence. People coming out. The victims coming out and speaking against it. People coming out and speaking against it. This man got caught on camera doing things. He did not get locked up. Why do you think that is? The connections. Okay? The connections. This man is connected with the Freemasons. He's connected with the people like Jeffrey Epstein. He's connected with people like Barack Obama. He's connected with people like Donald Trump. Yes, you got that right. He's connected with those kind of people. So now that they've really got him, you're probably saying, but he's still connected with this kind of people. Well, they gotta get him. It's just too much. He's exposing by messing up, like I always say, he's exposing the people that are in the same circle as him. So they gotta get him, and they gotta get those tapes before some kind of different type of people put their hands on that tape. Because if the people that are in the same circle as him do not put their hands on that tape, the people that are not in the same circle may put their hands on that tape. And if the people that are not in the same circle put their hands on that tape, you know where that's going. It's going to be leaked. It's going to be out here in the streets. And everybody going to watch it. Now, a whole lot of people finna be locked up. They're finna be locked up. A whole lot of people still going to be locked up. But if that tape was out on the streets, a whole lot of celebrities finna be locked up. What do you guys think about this, man? Comment below. Let's get it.
He was guilty. Everyone knew. And they knew there was a rapper named Shine who was his so-called protege. He was going to make Shine take the fall. And it's still talked about in hip-hop circles on hip-hop albums to this day.
Shine did take the fall.
Shine took the fall, did the time, got out. I think he's in South America now.
10 years. Mm-hmm. That was the sentence. And the victim who got shot in the face has been saying ever since, it wasn't Shine. Mm-hmm. It was P. Diddy. Mm-hmm. I saw who shot me.
And what happened to that? You see what I'm telling you? That, man, this is crazy. This is some crazy stuff, man. You see how these demonic people work? So somebody shoots you. Okay, you see who shot you. And you tell the police that is not the person that shot me. This guy shot me. But no. They're saying, no, it is not him. It is the other guy that went to jail. How can you explain that? Nobody can explain this. I mean, I can explain it. Again, he's connected with the people higher up. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers, against principalities, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Spiritual wickedness in high places.
And yet, no, if that's in fact what he did, he totally got away with it. This other guy took the fall.
Of course.
This would be a proven history of not just violence, but, attempted murder.
Of course.
And possibly worse. I mean, the indictment itself goes on about his alleged arson against someone who he believed was flirting or sleeping with his later girlfriend after Kim, Cassie. Mm-hmm. That this was Kid Cudi. Thank you. I'm not too up to speed on my rappers. Kid Cudi, that he dropped a Molotov cocktail in his car and blew it up. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is extremely dangerous stuff. And we had a prosecutor on the show a special that we released the other day, saying just the guns and the drugs alone, if they can just prove that, forget all the sex stuff, he'll be in jail for life.
Mm-hmm. Good for him. It's exactly where he belongs. I've been reading this stuff. Did you happen to see, oh my God, the Post had this amazing piece last night?
Now, with all this evidence throughout the years, what do you guys think this is, man? What do you guys think? What are we doing here, man? See, bad people do bad things that do not go to jail, man. But if you get caught with a little bit of drugs, a little bit, you go to jail for years. But Diddy, it's been out there. He's been out there for years, all this time, doing bad things, doing evil things. Victims came out and spoke about it. He's not in jail. He hasn't been in jail. What do you guys think about this, man? Comment below, man. I know for sure that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, man. Spiritual wickedness in high places. Let's get it, man. Oh, my new song, it's out. You can click the link at the top of the comment and go check it out, man. Yes, sir.
Ça va, ça tourne, c'est le cama.
Hey, sur la route, moi je marche, j'ai garde la foi. Je regarde juste en avant, j'ai la tête sur les épaules. Si je vois les étrangers, je les invite bien chez moi. Je leur parle un peu de Dieu, je leur dis gardez la foi. Oui, nous connaissons la loi, mais on a aussi bien le choix. C'est le bien ou c'est le mal, on a toujours notre choix. Si tu choisis de faire du bien, ça retournera chez toi. Et si tu fais aussi du sale, ça retournera chez soi.